Tap in with me. Is your mic used for spoken word, music, comedy, or podcasts? Why don't you take a seat on my couch and share your craft? Focus on the future. Reminisce about the past. This segment pinpoints your journey to the top. So make your presence felt before the mic drops. Tap in with me. This is the Mic Drop with B. Anderson, and we are sitting down with a special guest, someone who I've been inspired by for a long time, the host that does the most. I'm gonna let her introduce herself, and we'll go from there.
Hello, kings and queens. It's so good to be here. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you so much for having me on your show. For those of you who do not know who I am Queen Ms Ebony J, Queen of the Queen City. Started my brand from the very, very bottom. Just having a goal and a passion always to be on the radio is what I always wanted to do. And after really networking and meeting many different people, I interned with Radio 1 Cincinnati. From there, the journey has just gone from there. So I'm an educator. I'm a radio personality. I'm an entrepreneur. I am the jack of all trades. That's how I got the name, the host that does the most. But I'm going to let him do his job and not take it away.
So, what is your mission?
To help people. To make sure that kings and queens know who they are, that they love themselves. I help kings and queens live out their purpose. And I do that through events. I do that through coaching. I also sell merchandise and apparel. I do mentorship. So my goal is to make sure I figure out what it is that you love. Mm-hmm. What is it that thing that just brightens your soul, that you want to do for fun, that you've been doing for fun, that you want to turn into some money, into a business. And I help them figure out how to do that. We do it in a fun way, a way for media. Because as we've seen, technology has changed. So your business can't really survive right now if you're not on social media, doing anything with video, doing anything digital, running ads, promotion. So that's what my company does at Ebony J Media.
Yeah, let's talk about starting Ebony J Media in 2016. I know that you always want to help others, with doing things, but how do you think that kind of launched your career as well? Because I know with Ebony J Media, you have your podcast on there and you have a variety of other things that you're doing on there. So, how has that truly helped you?
So, honestly, my passion was just like yours. I wanted to bring people onto a platform so other people could know about what they were doing. And I did that at NKU Radio. Mm-hmm. Well, while getting there, it was like, boom, I got on the radio and then the phone's not ringing. But my mom's listening, certain people are listening, but it's like, what? One day I found out I had one listener. So it was like, well, how do I get more people to listen? What do I have to do? Mm-hmm. When you woke up the next day, all over the campus, there was flyers. There was nowhere you can go in, what was it? I think it's Highland Heights. There's nowhere you can go in Highland Heights. We were at the grocery stores. We were at the bookstores, the gas stations. I had flyers everywhere saying, listen to my show. Mm-hmm. And I made sure that was the promotion part. But it's like, once they got to the show, how do I get them to even listen and know about the show? Facebook. I had a Facebook page and I had a Twitter. And it was up from there. I utilized it. I went live every single day talking about what it was that we were doing. Twitter, I utilized that. As people were calling in or I would want things to happen or telling them what was coming up next, we were just making posts teasing. So these are all techniques that we learn and use in media and in radio. And so because I had that goal to help them, I end up helping myself build a brand where I end up having to really truly learn everything I needed to about media so that way I could get listeners to tune in. Like, that's the funny part. That's how Ebony J Media was created. Everybody kept saying, you need to start a business, you need to start a company, you're hosting events, this needs to be a business. And I'm like, what? But by the time I graduated, it was like, this is Ebony J Media. Like, what you do is media. Every time I would go to an event and I was hosting or I was making an appearance, I would go live at your event. Like, those are the things that, like, really turned my brand up.
Well, I know with, you talk about Facebook and how you utilize that. That's how I honestly found out about the Ebony J Show when you were in college, is that you were, you know, you was in my inbox. You like, hey, can you watch the Ebony J Show? Can you do this? Can you do it? And, you know, and I try to do the same thing. I remember that. And so
direct marketing.
Yeah. Talk about the Ebony J Show.
So the Ebony J Show was really a platform where we were able to come and be free. It was a safe place for you to come and talk about those things that are very uncomfortable. If you know me, you know I have no filter. Like, I'm very blunt to myself. God has used me in so many ways, and had so many things has happened to me. I have no problem sharing. I'm very vulnerable about my situations because I know how it can help someone. Mm-hmm. So I've always wanted a safe place where I can come talk about the things that I may not understand, or that I'm watching other people argue and discuss. Mm-hmm. So things that's trending, we used to have a lot of drama happening on campus. And so this was a safe place on campus where it was like, we about to hash that out and everybody's about to discuss it. It gave me an opportunity to be very creative and to really, really think about, like, what do you do when you have a mic? Because everybody think you just grab this mic and start talking. No, I have I've been gifted with the gab. Mm-hmm. Thank God for that. But I've studied this. I know when to talk, when to shut up, when to move. Like, I know my audience. Like, you have to practice and you have to make sure that you're prepared. So, yeah, it started off as a show, but really it was a movement. Mm-hmm. And from there, I've had events since. The company has grown where we're helping other entrepreneurs create podcasts and monetize their podcasts. Mm-hmm. So I really, really love my journey and take nothing from it, solely because it has helped me be able to be the person I am today. So I've taken all of these lessons and truly been able to, like, figure out Ebony J Media, I Am Queen Awards, Ms Ebony J. Those are all 3 brands. But for a very long time, they all operated under Ebony J Media.
And if I understand correctly, is Ebony J Media over the Ohio Media School? I know you helping out with Ohio Media School. Are they connected, or is that?
Oh no, they're 2 different things and 2 different platforms. I actually do not no longer work at the Ohio Media School. I was the director of education over there. However, it was time for me to make some changes. I had been over there for about 6 years. Mm-hmm. Started off just teaching. I love teaching. I've always wanted to be a teacher since I was a little girl. Okay. So once I received the opportunity to say that I could go over there and teach, and I realized I didn't have to go to college for it, I went over and really, truly fell in love, began to play around with the curriculum a lot. They began to like some of the ideas I came up with, the workshops I came up with. So I became the education coordinator from there. And then after them watching how the programming changed, we increased graduation rates, we increased our drops. Things started to change. I assumed the role for director of education and over curriculum. So it was truly a blessing to be there. And from that experience is where I learned how to put my mentorship program together, to where I am now teaching you those things. See, what I learned, I had to sit back. A lot of my audience is like, we have three different parts. So one, that person has a passion for it. They want to do it. They've been looking, they've been trying, and they're excelling in media, right? So their goal is like, I don't have no background in it. I didn't go to school for it, but I'm in it, right? So yes, that's a client. But another customer that I have is the people that do go to the media school, the people that do go to college, and then they're still trying to figure out, how do I get a job? How do I navigate and go to the next place? Because I got this degree, but I don't know what to do with. Well, they come to me and they want experience. And then we have the ones who are, hey, in high school or have no idea to go to college and pursue it, but this is what they want to do, is their passion. They come. So my goal is for you to figure out, okay, this is your passion and goal. How can you now make money doing what it is that you love to do? Because I'm making money doing all the things I love. I love to talk, so you can call me to come talk. You can call, people now call me to speak on their behalf as their advocate for different brands and businesses. I have a client that I work with who NAMI is an organization that promotes mental health, and she wants people to be serious about their mental health. I do too. So this is like a duo. Team No Excuses. I've been trying to lose weight for a very long time. My stomach has been holding me back from a lot of blessings, and I went to her with this passion to not only get myself together, but challenge and empower everybody else who's watching that they can do it too. And I went to her with the goal, and now we have a Team No Excuses endorsement. So these are the things that I do just because I want to make sure that you know anything is possible. You just got to believe in yourself and put in the work.
Absolutely. I would love to talk about your journey to the radio. Like, you know, you're on R&B 100.3. You know, I would love to, you know, for you to dive in and tell us about that, because, you know, we both went to Hughes. You was in communications. And so, yeah, talk about, you know, from there, you know, going to NKU and then, you know, getting your chance on the radio.
So I tell everybody, if you're going to go to college, you got to get an internship. If you go to the Ohio Media School, you got to get an internship. We make this a mandatory priority because you need to know what part of it you like. I thought I wanted to be on TV for a very long time. And then I went to an internship with Scripps Howard program and realized I hate reading that teleprompter. What does that say? Oh my goodness, you can't make those faces on the camera. I'm like, this is not for me. And then at the same time, I was suffering a lot with self-esteem issues and did not believe that somebody as dark as me could even be on camera. So for me, it was like, I'm going to go and do radio. But I had to get an internship at a radio station to decide if this was even something I wanted to do. Because yes, I was doing it at NKU. It was fun. I was taking all the experience that I learned when I had the internship at radio before. But like, I wanted a serious, real internship. And you know, of course, in college, you got to get one. So I told my teachers where I wanted to go. We dapped it up for Radio 1 Cincinnati, and I end up from, you're supposed to have a 3-month internship. Mine turned into a 6-month. So I did a fall break and a summer, and they were in love. From there, after that, I had the job. But I say that to say, you got to put in real work. Because I could have been like, I interned with y'all when I was in high school. Give me the job. I deserve it. Of course, I deserved it. I had been following that station since I was a little girl, telling my mama, pull over. They at Myers right now. We got to go over there. And she would really be like, girl, calm down. Like, I was rushing home to listen to the 7 at 7 so we could win some tickets. Like, those are things that I prided myself in. But I tell people all the time, radio saved my life. When I was being molested, when I was being touched, there wasn't no noise around sometimes. But the radio would be on, and I had that to listen to. Those radio personalities did something for me. They saved me. And so anytime I go and touch that mic, I'm trying to make sure I do the same thing. I'm promoting positivity. I want to make sure you know where you are informed about where you can get help. Whether that is mental health, whether that is you trying to figure out what to do with your body, how to help your kids. You know, I host a community conversations podcast just because I'm serious about making sure that we change this world. The only way we gonna do it is if we work together. I can't do it by myself, but I got a whole bunch of queens behind me that can help. I got some kings behind me that can help too, and I know a whole bunch of people. So if I can't do it, we can do it. But it's all about being connected so that way it can happen. So I love it at Radio 1 Cincinnati. I think I'm coming up on my 9th year anniversary. It's been an amazing journey there. Of course, I started at the Wiz, and it's so funny. Like, that was the dream station. That's where I wanted to go and be full time at. But after getting into my media company, it was like, do I really want to be full time? I'm making a lot of money over here and less obligations, you know? So you start to really decide, you know, for me, I always pray, you know, God, thy will be done, not my will. So yes, that's what I wanted since I was a little girl, but I've had people come up and minister to me all the time and tell me God had something better. So I'm just always here and waiting to see what he has. But I'm currently, now I have a really great contract at the Don Community School. So I've been over there putting together their media program and helping their young people learn about the media. Like I said, I'm just passionate about it itself. So I can show your grandma how to help her fix her Facebook and get her life popping. I can help you promote your business and figure out how that can work on social media. And then I can help your baby, because I know your baby want to be on YouTube and launch their show too. So you can call me about that. Like, you know, just trying to do what I can.
Well, it's interesting because, you know, we grew up in Cincinnati, and the Wiz was like, man, that's like the number one station growing up. Like, that's all we listening to, the Wiz. But you used to always go live. Like, I used to watch you every Friday night. You know, you used to go live when, you know, you were with the Wiz and everything like that. And why did that stop?
Because social media be hating. See, that's what I'm saying. Things change. Facebook understand the algorithms. The music industry is losing money because we can download and stream stuff in so many different ways. And so now social media is not allowing us to play music that's not ours. So it's like, now I can't really, can I go live? Well, yeah, I want to go live. But when I go live, everything I want to talk about, can I really talk about? Because dang, I'm at the station while I'm in the studio. And if I promote this brand or if I promote this business, I may get in trouble if I say the wrong thing, So it's just too much stress in that regards. However, I will be starting back to go live this summer. I'm starting a amazing summer series where I will be highlighting boutiques and businesses. Just going right inside your business to talk with you about the beginning, the hard spots of how you got through COVID and how you're surviving now and thriving now. I think everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, but it is not an easy task. And so I'm going to sit down and talk to some bosses in business this summer, and we're going to go live and share that experience. So I'm super excited about that. That's how I'm going to get back on live. But yeah, I had to stop because they hating on me with the music.
Nah, it is really messed up, because for somebody like me who, you know, never really knew how the radio station is done, you kind of provided a behind the scenes look at, you know, what was going on. And it was entertaining. Like I said, I used to look forward to it. Like, man, oh snap, Ebony J going live tonight. Let me make sure I'm on there. And it used to be live for a couple hours, you know. So
for the whole show. Just giving that experience. That's what people want to see, the behind the scenes. Like, how are you really making it happen? I tell people all day, I wish a camera could follow me the whole day. And you would be like, what? Somebody need to tell her to sit down. Matter of fact, let me move in and help her. Because she is like, I mean, but we have to do what we got to do, right? And I'm just here to serve.
Well, hey, I love it. Earlier, you touched on the I Am Queen Awards. So talk about I Am Queen and how that empowers and impacts women.
So I love the I Am Queen Awards. It is my baby. I birthed that through pain. I birthed that through confusion, through hurt and heartbreak, just not knowing or being comfortable and confident with who I was. So ever since I was a little girl, my dad would He was very strict. He's a militant man, and my mom's a very a church growing, woman. So they were very strict on the things that they allowed me to do. And my daddy would always say, would justify his reasoning because I was a queen. And I would be like, what? Like, I hated him for it. Like, this is crazy. My friends, they're at parties, they're having sleepovers, all the skating ring is jumping, the house. I mean, I can't go nowhere. I can't do nothing. I can't even be on a dance team. Like, what is going on? But daddy just instilled in me a different kind of responsibility. And showed me other ways to serve. So I was a part of a lot of community service organizations. Red Cross, I was on their executive board. United Way, I put together like youth rallies. Like, that was the things that kind of really saved me. And so I was like, when I got to a certain age, I got to college. You get to that age where it's like, mama raised you this way, daddy raised you this way. What do you want to do?
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know. Like, what is a queen for real? Like, this queen do this queen, she a queen, she do, like, what is it? And I sat down, and it was like this whole journey of like 1 year. It didn't matter what I said. Everything was coming back to me. It was like my 20s was kicking my butt. Everything was coming back to me. So people were quoting me. I didn't know how to handle it. Are they hating? Are they copying? Like, mocking me? Like, what does it mean? I was struggling with that. I was very unique on campus, so it was like people didn't know how to deal with my energy or didn't know how to deal with who I was, and I didn't know if I should change, if I should adapt. Like, I was struggling with that part. So I just really wanted to create an organization that kind of helped women understand what it means to be a queen. A queen is quotable, she's unique, she's educated. Ain't nothing wrong with being smart. People make you feel like that sometimes. She's empowered. Like, she knows what's going on, and she's all about empowering her people and making sure that they know what's going on. And she's noble. Like, when you see her, you cannot deny the richness that comes with who she is. And then, she's a servant. We have to serve. You think you just here living? You're mistaken. Like, that's part of your role as a queen, as a king. That's one of our, our acronyms for the kings as well, because it's very important that we know who we are and what we're meant to do. And so I created the brand just because I wanted women to get comfortable with knowing that they were that. And then we came up with the oath. We have a whole curriculum from, I believe it's 7th grade all the way up into high school, where we taking you through princess priorities, like getting you ready to be that queen supreme. But there's different levels that we take you through just to make sure that you are that queen you're supposed to be when you graduate. But the funny thing about it was meant to be for the young girls. And the ladies were like, what? We need this too. Oh my goodness, where are you at, queen? What are you doing? Because like always, I was going live. I was in my story, sharing the whole experience. We bring other women who are bosses and entrepreneurs to come and talk as we're speaking about something. So it's always fun. I know we had Sylvia come and talk about our skin, so they learned about their skin. We had Kelly Ford come and show them how to design and put together their clothing. So just little things like that. And the women were having a fit. And so from there, they wanted events. And so I started creating events for them. So we did the vision board parties, the Fit to Be Queen, the Queen brunch. I mean, it just kind of changed from there. And then my whole goal was to promote the I Am Queen Awards, which I founded. And we started, I did a promotion campaign for the awards by promoting the I Am Queen shirts. And everybody loved them. And then I got caught into creating a brand for I Am King and I Am Queen apparel. So just showing you how God works, right? Because that was never my goal. The only goal was to get people to come to the I Am Queen Awards so they can learn about how great they are on being queens. And then they love the shirts, and I'm still selling them to this day.
It's a big deal to me that I've never once heard you refer to kings and queens as just men and women or boys and girls or anything. Like, whether you on the radio or whether I seen you on Facebook, whatever, it's always, hey king or hey queen and things like that. I don't even know if you even realize the impact that has on a person who may have a low self-esteem. Like, just to hear you calling, hey king, hey queen, that means so much. Like, so, I really appreciate the fact that you refer to everyone as a king or as a queen. That means everything.
I try to, because you never know what somebody is going through. And I've had so many bad things said to me. If you hear one bad thing, that's like, I think they said 10 or 15. It takes 10 to 15 good things to take away that one bad thing.
Wow.
So I try to put that positivity out there. Somebody needs to know that they are beautiful. Mm-hmm. They are great. They are amazing. And I'm holding you to high standards every time I see you. I hope you're having a great day. I'm sending that positivity. And it's so funny because I walked into the barbershop, Nick the barbershop, mm-hmm. and he said when he told them I was coming, everybody in there that was guests were laughing. They was like, that's the lady that say king and queen, right? And they were all joking, saying like she about to walk in and say, hey king, hey queen. And then I walk in and I was just stressed out that morning. I wasn't having a good day. And I just walked in and then shut the door, and they all just started laughing before I could even say anything. And I'm like, what? And it was like, you go ahead and say it. And it was just so funny because it's like, when I am off and I am having those off days, I do have people that do remind me the importance and the impact that it is. So I try to always be on. I mean, if they see me in the car, they are honking, they're stopping and waiting. It's funny, I get stopped in the grocery store now, stopped in Walmart, and they want that positivity. And so if I'm always in the mood, I'm sharing it. But what I'm loving about the community and I'm loving about the energy, and I can tell that how things have shifted. When I'm not in that mood, I do have queens that give it back. I have queens that call and check on me. I have queens that would just send me some positive stuff or send me something to let me know that they thinking of me. And that's the energy, that's the love that I wanted all women to have. Yeah. That's the love and energy that I always wanted. And it shows me that they accept me for me, that they love me for me. And so I continue to pour and do the same thing. But it makes me see how the consistency works. So if you're doing it, whatever you may do, somebody may not see it or appreciate it right now. But if you stay consistent, because I've been king and queen since college. Yeah. And again, people be laughing with me rolling my little scooter on, going to the radio station. I've always missed events. I've always not been able to participate at the family barbecues or celebrate for the holidays because I was the newcomer. I was on the radio. I had to do my show, so I always missed those moments. But now to just be able to be a part of them is just totally a blessing.
Man, it's dope. You are an educator, and I mean, I feel like I done, got a whole lesson just sitting right here, man. But, like you said, you working at Don, you've been in Cincinnati public schools and all of those different things. You also offer, courses and trainings. And why should people choose your webinars?
I think you should choose mine because no shade to nobody else's. I do not hold back. When I show my mentors or other people my curriculum, they be like, what the hell? Why are you putting all of them on? That should be a series. And for me, it's like, it can be a series and I can take you through the process, but I want to give it to you. I want you to be great. When I see, the X Ashleys, the Nella D's, the Shayna Says, when I see these other people, DJ Selfmade, we have so many great people that, I've helped and worked with, and they've helped and worked with me, and then we give back to each other is what you learn. Like, yes, you learn and you get some mentorship, and then you excel, and then they excel. So then you learn that you didn't help them get to a level. Now they can help you get to another. So you continually and it just keeps going, and I think that that's just so rewarding. You should choose my webinars because you're not going to get that stuff that you get Google. I'm going to give you the full part. The problem is you're seeing the stuff on Google already. You're seeing the stuff on your Instagram already. They're giving you lists and they're telling you what to do, but they're not giving you the meat. They're not telling you how to do it. And that's why you should invest in me. Yes, my Media Coin Academy did raise from last year. Last year, I gave it out. I wanted to pilot it because you're always calling me for free advice. So I was trying to see who was going to be down for real. But now, yeah, it was a lot of work, a whole year. And I got to give a big shout out to my Media Coin Academy students. I have 2 of them, Shayna Hands, and I have Ms Deja Jasmine. Both of them have brands. One is a public speaker, and she's been building her social media brand. She wants to empower and inspire people. We've been rocking for a year, and she's going hard and continuing every day to build her brand. But then I have Ms Deja. Let me tell you, this queen is not letting up. She did her year. She loved the Media Coin Academy so much. She's like, well, what's next? I need the society. So now she's in this society. Her brand is continuing to grow. The girl has surpassed me. And those are the wins I love. Shout out to Baldy Bay too. That's one of my girls. Because when they passed me, I did my... what job didn't I do? It shows you I'm going hard for you just like I'm going to go hard for me. Absolutely. And when she's winning and sending me over, oh my goodness, they answered my pitch. Oh my goodness, they responded to my DM. I tried that and it worked. I'm like, oh my, yes, you know, like those things mean so much. So when you come over and you come to a webinar, you got to be willing to do the work though, because you can't have over here, okay? You have to come and I'm gonna tell you what to do, and you gotta go home and do it, because when we come back and we have that follow-up call or we have a follow-up session, because most people come to a webinar, they come to a session, and then they become a client because they see the value, they get what they need, and they realize why they need to come and do more. I don't have clients that come and go. Like, I have some, but for the majority, I would say 65 to 70% of my clients, they've been here, they stick around, and their businesses are growing because of the consistency. It's not because of the one and dones. The clients that come and buy something, you know, I want you to promote this, I want you to do this, and then they don't come back, well, they don't see the results that they want neither. You're going to get the results for consistency. That's why the radio wins so well. Yeah. We know 4 because Blake Mason is spending money and he consistent and he got ads every month, every week.
Since we was young, he been consistent.
And he's everywhere. Yeah. So when you're hearing him in a car, then you're driving down the street, you see his ad, then you turn on the TV, you see his commercial. Like, it's about you making sure that you're where you need to be.
I like, it was 2 things that I really took from that. And one of the things is what I tell people all the time. It is enough for everybody. Yeah. My thing is, yes, I want to win. I want to be great. I want to do things. But the reason why I put, my peers' books up here is because I want them to win. I want people to watch and see them and be like, man, what book is that? I want those kind of things. I want to bring people and sit on the couch so that they can tell their stories. And so that's real huge to me. And the other thing is you get what you pay for. I see people who will invest in Michael Jordan, Nike, all kind of stuff, Coach, everything, but they won't invest in themselves. Yeah. And they'll complain when you're trying to get them out of game about, the prices and things like that, but you're not going and talking to Michael Jordan about his shoes, or you ain't going and talking to Michael Kors about why they bags cost an arm and a leg, but they want to complain to you, and you're trying to give them everything that they need to be successful.
I want to give it to you. Let's be clear. You can ask people, most of them, they started working with me because they started talking to me about what their problem was. And I already gave them 3 or 4 strategies for free by accident because I started talking to them about it. And then they went home and tried it, and it ended up working. So they called me back later because it worked. They wanted to tell me it worked. And now it's bigger. You right? So I want to give it out. But if I went through, because it's been a long time in the game, right? I think I'm going on 15 years. I've been doing this for 10 plus years now. So if I went through 10 plus years doing this, all the trial and error, I've invested in so many organizations, had so many mentors. I paid a lot of money. You want to come and get something, ask me a free question that I had to go through all of this for. And I'm going to give it, even if I give it to you in 15 minutes or 5 minutes, why should that matter? Because you got what it was. people be looking at me like I'm crazy, but it's like, so you want to charge me, you want to take the price down because it took me less time to do it? How?
Right.
It's done. It's gonna work, and you're getting the value. So you're getting the results. That's what you're paying for.
Yes.
Right? But people want to nickel and dime you, or like you said, go pay for that somewhere else and then come to you when it's wrong. And they already spent that money, so now this is their budget. Well, I told myself in 2022 I wasn't dealing with that again, because my whole career I've been giving, doing the free events, working all these nonprofit events. Everybody's calling and having a fundraiser.
Yes.
Well, that's my clientele. So if everybody that called my phone for a fundraiser I gave for free, I would never make no money.
Exactly.
And that's what happened. I looked up one year and it was like, you did all this, so what money did you make? You did all of this out of love.
Yes.
What love do you really get back? This is a business.
Yes.
And so for 2022, that's what I've been doing. Focusing on the business part and really, really being in the entrepreneurial mindset and operating that way. And the clients that I want to come are coming. The consistency in the marketing and the work and them seeds that I've been putting in are coming out. So I'm super excited for the fall.
I love it. With you being the host that does the most, I mean, we done talked about a lot of the things that you've done. I mean, and there's still plenty more that we can go into. But what would you say is the most fulfilling thing that you do?
I do so much. I would guess it would be the part of me. I don't know. I want to say the kids, man. I love the kids. Like nothing makes me more happy than watching them. I experienced my first graduation last week, and being there and knowing what those kids were like the first day to graduation week, it was like pulling teeth, and all the work that you put in. I can't express the feeling that my heart had. It was a different feeling that I get at all the other stuff. So I was like, I really, really like this. I love the results that a life has changed. A kid who been told all his life he's not gonna make it, he can't do it. All 8 of his brothers has never graduated, and you're the one that is responsible for helping him through. Like, I'm the media teacher, but I'm helping with resumes. I'm helping with writing papers that's for other people's class. Like, I'm doing whatever. Look, I was at the Board of Education with some students and had to take some of them down to Job and Family Services. Like, whatever I got to do, I'm doing, right? Am I serving? But I think that that's the most rewarding for me. I always said that's what I wanted to do. And I think it's because, too, my teachers saved my life. They let me stay after school. They grabbed me in the classroom and was like, hey, you go write this on the board. They helped me. I helped them grade papers, and them giving me those kind of assignments and showing me that love is, again, how I was able to become who I am today. So I think that would be the most rewarding, next to my family, because I love my family more than anything. That's my fun place, whether it's being with my god kids, being with my sister, hanging out with the best friend, or just having a big gathering. Memorial Day weekend just passed, and I had the whole family over, both sides of the family and my friends that I consider family. Had them in my new home, and it was just an amazing experience just to have everybody together. So I would say, like, next to those two, like those two are at a battle, because I love it. So I love my family so much, but I also just love the fact of being able to save and change a student's perspective on life.
It's so important to hear you say that, because I remember, being in high school and having, teachers and, instructors, tell us the very same thing that you sitting on this couch saying, especially with the school we went to. It was like everything was designed around programs, whether it was you wanted to, with communications, y'all was doing the newspaper and the media stuff and everything. I was in teaching technology, everything tech, everything, going into schools and doing internships, so, that education, right then, I knew that I wanted to, inspire other people. I just didn't know how to do it. But, back then I always knew I wanted to help other people. I love technology, and so being able to video people doing things and being able to do that, and then seeing what you're doing, it's like, you know, it all start with that education. And now, you know, it's like we're in the roles to where we can inspire the next generation coming up, children of the future. So
they don't think they need education though.
I hear that so much.
So we have
days.
a hard, like a hard job. You don't know how many. I've had to cry with my babies and beg them, no, don't go beat his ass. If you beat his ass today, you ain't gonna graduate next week. No, don't go do. No, you need to go home. What you need to do? No, like you don't even know. But they like, F graduate. I'm about to go. You know, I got something to prove, or I gotta go to work. I don't have time to come up there and work on this. I had to go pay for what I need to handle. You know, so it's just getting them to value it and prioritize it. And I'm really, really so blessed that my mom did. You know, a lot of my peers and people in my field don't have college backgrounds, and I take nothing from it. But what I learned from college was how to balance, was how to manage, was the education behind things happening the way they do happen. So I value that, and I instill that. The more you know, the better you're going to be, and that's my goal. I'm still debating on if I want to go back to school, but I really, you know, just considering, because I love learning. Yeah. You can't never know too much. You hear me? This is the part of the show where I'm going to ask Ms Ebony J a couple of miscellaneous questions. Okay. The first question I'm going to ask you is, if you could sit down and have an hour-long conversation with anybody, like it could literally be anybody in this world, who would it be? It would be Oprah. Oprah. Why Oprah? I had a classmate in college who would always call me Little Oprah when I walked across the campus. And I would be so upset. And one day I cussed them clean out. Like, you ain't gonna keep calling me her. I don't look like her. I'm not her, you know. I was just so upset. I just wanted to be me. And people would always tell me who I was gonna be. And then one day I started to do more research on her. I sat down. Because me and him had a deep conversation. He apologized. He was like, he spoke so much life into me, blew me away, ended up working for me, actually, and becoming my PR. He now works in Washington, D.C. He does a whole bunch with Michelle Obama and all kind of different people. But he saw something in me, and I always brought up Oprah. And I was like, bruh, after I looked her up, her show, the same day she started her show, I started my show, the Ebony J Show at NKU. The same day, September the 8th. And I've always kept that in my head, like, wow, that means something to me for a reason. And so if I ever had a moment, I'm going to sit down and talk to Oprah, because she's doing it. Looked her up. If you Google her right now, she's still the richest woman. So, yeah, she's doing something right. Next question. You're the host that does the most, but in your leisure time, what do you like to do? Sleep. Because I'm like, is there any time left in the day? You know, when you're done doing everything? No, it really don't be. And when it does, I will turn on Law and Order. Okay. Or I will go to sleep. I will turn on some stress-free music. My therapist's been telling me to try that. You get the best sleep if you just go to YouTube and type in stress-free music or stress-free something. And I've been loving that. But, yeah, for me, if I get some free time, I just want to sleep. Or I want to be around family. Okay. Like, if I'm not in that mood to be around family, then that's my happy place to sleep. Got you. Well, why don't you let people know where they may catch you next, and you know, where you are on social media, websites, things of that sort. I need everybody this Saturday to come to my birthday party. Now, my birthday party is really different. Every year, you know, I'm always doing something with a purpose. I can't help myself. I had to turn it into work. So my birthday celebration is going to be the Royalty Ball. It will be at the Contemporary Arts Center. And of course, it's not just for me. It's for my queen. So when you come and you purchase a ticket, even if you can't make it and want to just make a donation, the proceeds are going to go so we can get some more inventory, so we can get the scholarship ready for next year. This year, we want to do something different. I don't want to tell you, because then it will blow your mind, and then it's going to take away from what I'm trying to do, but I'm really, really trying to do something, and I need help with the funds. So I went ahead and put my birthday party up. I hope that you will come out and celebrate me. I do so much for the community all year long, and all I'm asking is for this one thing, and that's you to come celebrate with me on June 4th. My birthday is June 5th, so the party is from 8 to 1, which means midnight we bringing it in together, and that's what's going to mean the most to me, is that if I get to bring it in with you. So I hope you can come. If not, it's okay. Head on over to the IamQueenAwards.com, and you can learn more about the I Am Queen Awards, the organization, and what we do, the mission. If you want to donate, you can. And if you need my services and want to learn more about me, head on over to MsEbonyJ.com. I'm on MsEbonyJ.com on all social media, so all you got to do is type in Ms Ebony J, and you can find me on Instagram, Twitter. I'm also on TikTok, and I'm Queen Ebony on Facebook. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
My page got hacked, so you can't find me at Ms Ebony J and we ain't no more.
Okay. Queen Ebony J win. Hey, y'all make sure y'all tap in with her. It has definitely been a pleasure having you on the show. You know, you have definitely been an inspiration to me, and I'm sure to everybody watching, listening, whatever it is that you're doing. You know, please continue to do what you're doing. I love it, appreciate it. And you all be on the lookout for more exclusive content from Ms Ebony J and from me, myself, B. Anderson. And this has been The Mic Drop with B. Anderson, and we are out. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and comment on it, and subscribe to my channel for more exclusive content like this.